employment search and always count on GSN whenever we are applying to international universities, be it in the US, UK, and other countries. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Joe?
Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Yeah,
They are doing well.
I know I have learned a lot from Noah's presentation. Uh, I've been through the process, so I understand it when he's saying all these ones. And these are like the hard truth that we need to say it as it is, so that it helps you all understand the the journey that you've decided to embark. Like studying abroad is just an opportunity, and it's a dream that I would wish that every Ghanaian student would have that experience, if not to better his life and his family, for the betterment of Ghana. Because when you come here, you get to explore, like to meet different people, understand different ideas, and see how it's being implemented or done. And then you can decide to go back home and do those things, which is like good for us. So I'm happy we're here, and I'm glad that you all are learning. And just to say this, GSN or Global Students Network is not a travel agency. We are not a travel and tour. We are just students partners. So we all have been through the process. So it's, if you like heard at the earlier on stage when Noah was playing uh, that promo, you heard that it's managed by students. So all of us are students, just like yourself, and we've been through the process. And we don't want you to go through travel agents and people that will be charging you $20,000, 15,000, 20,000 Ghana cedis just for something like that would help your study abroad dream become a reality. So that is the reason why Global Students Network is there. A network of students located everywhere around the globe that are willing to help our fellow students succeed. So any question you might have on a travel, we will be there to assist you. And we have, like as Noah pointed out, we have like different people along different paths. So just as Henrietta was saying, he has been able to gain admission, which is a very good thing. Now the next step comes in, uh, I-20 application, service fee payment, doing your DS-160 visa application. All these things require like paying attention to detail, doing things in a systematic, orderly manner, and preparing for the interview. So when you have like a strong team of partners behind you, you can be a success in that journey. And that is what Global Students Network is there for. So I'm glad you're here. And the next piece that we're going to focus on is funding and scholarships. So Noah said it all. You can decide that, okay, I want to go to Yale, I want to go to this school, I want to go to this school. The main thing is the money, because the schools are not free, right? School is never free. So, and research is showing that education is going higher all the time. So you need to find, okay, how am I going to pay? That it's the question that you need to ask yourself. And that is what we are going to do within the next 10, 15 minutes. So within today's focus, like there are in three sections, right? I'm going to talk about scholarships, I'll talk about student loans, and I'll talk about launching, or like our main social networks. So scholarship is free money. We all know that, right? Scholarship is free money. How can I study abroad for free? And the answer is what? Scholarships. Once you can get a scholarship or a grant which has been given freely to the school to support, then that means that you can study abroad freely. If you don't get a scholarship, then that means that you need to find something else. So, how can I study abroad freely? First option, find a school that is realistically within your budget. I mean, that is the first one. Noah talked about all these factors, so I'm not really going to go into details as to how each of these affects funding, but I'll tell you that location, academics, timing are very important factors that you need to consider. For instance, if you decide, as Noah was saying, if you decide to go to these Ivy League schools, if you decide to go to a private university in US, the fees are like 2 or 3 times than the public universities. If you decide to go to a school in New York, in Washington, or like in these expensive areas in US, the fees are definitely going to be higher than when you go to areas that a lot of students don't tend to go. So it is very, very important to look at affordability. Which school do I want to go? How is the living like? That is very, very important. So that is the first thing to do. And then obviously scholarships. Scholarship application should be your goal. And within scholarships, as I was saying, always is going to be on your academic standing. But beside academic standing, all the things that Noah did talked about are very, very important. All your extracurricular activities and things that you're doing are personal merits that you would want to put in, because it's free money and everybody is vying for it. So you need to stand out that, okay, this is me. I have this academic standing or background. I have these other things that makes me unique, and this is what I can add to the program when you admit me. So that means that you would stand out and you get a scholarship. So those are some of the things that you can do. And I mean, obviously, there is student loans, which we'll talk extensively about. So today, in terms of scholarships, I'm really not going to be talking about, okay, this school offer this school offer this, but I'm going to give you like different types of scholarships and how you have to look out for them, right? So I'm going to give you the pointers, the indicators, things that you need to look for when you want to apply for a scholarship, or how you would have to package your application or yourself in order to get a scholarship, right? So I chose 3 different scholarships that I'm going to share with you today. And all these scholarships, GSN is going to help the students that sign on with us to apply to some of these programs. The first one is University of Minnesota Fellowship for 2022. The reason why I brought this scholarship is that, I mean, it's for just for master's program. So you need to be done with your bachelor's and you are now going to do master's program in any US, in any school in US, like right, in the University of Minnesota. So for 2 years, the deadline for this application is December 15th. That is the scholarship summary. And in terms of what the scholarship does for you, with this specific one, you would get full tuition, living expenses, and then travel and health insurance. So this is like a truly full ride scholarship, right? So that is the first type of scholarship that you need to be aware of, a full ride. So that means that everything is catered for. Your tuition is taken care of, then your living expenses, that is, it's not like they're going to give you money to put in your pocket right now, like where you're going to be staying, so room and board, what food you'll be eating, it's all part of the living expenses. And then your travel from Ghana to Minnesota and then back, and then your health insurance. So this is truly a full ride scholarship that is being given by the University of Minnesota Fellowship 2022. Okay, how do I qualify? Academics, very, very important. You see, because scholarships are free money, they always want people with higher academics. You need to have like a 3.0 GPA and above before you would even try applying to some of these scholarships, like full ride scholarships like this. You need to have a GPA above 3.0. Some would peg it at 3.3, some will peg it at 3.5, but you need to be up there. So that is the academics. And in terms of even the academics, as you can see, you need to have a previous coursework in mathematics, statistics, and economics before you can qualify for this specific scholarship, right? So the first thing I want you to take note is what? The coverage of the scholarship. So some of them with this, you'd have what? The full ride. So this is a full ride scholarship paying for living expenses, travel and health insurance included. But in terms of your academics, you need to have mathematics, statistics, and economics as part of your undergraduate coursework, right? So that means that when you are writing the scholarship essay for this specific scholarship, what you need to do is that you need to pinpoint mathematics courses that you've done on your undergraduate degree, and that has to go into your essay or your scholarship essay. It is very, very important, right? So sometimes when you're looking at scholarships, it is very, very important to look at some of these specific course requirements, right? Admission test in GRE, uh, GRE has been waived. So this is something you have to know. GRE has been waived for admission purposes. So you don't really need GRE before you can get admitted to University of Minnesota. You can have just your academic and your professional background and all the other stuff, excluding GRE, and you still get admitted, right? But now that you're getting admission, you need to think of funding. And in order for funding to come in, one of the key elements that they use to distinguish between all the students that are applying for funding is GRE. Scholarships like these that are highly competitive, that a lot of people are competing for in terms of the competition, would require GRE. Things that a lot of people don't want, and it's highly technical, and they need people with diverse ideas and other stuff to come in. They usually would waive GRE and other stuff. So for instance, like if you do math, I think math, statistics, those type of courses tend to have GRE waived for eligibility for scholarships. But this one requires GRE. You need to do that. But the good thing is that there is no specific score. They just want you to take the GRE. So like there is no score attached to this specific scholarship, right? So 3 or 4 things to learn from this number, the first scholarship we're talking about is the coverage. This one, full scholarship. So that is the type 1. It will give you full, including living expenses, travel, and insurance. And then the academic background that we are looking at, which is something that you need to consider, and if there are any prior coursework that needs to be done. So that is scholarship number 1 that we've talking about. University of Minnesota Fellowship 2022. Deadline is December 15th. The second scholarship I would want to talk to you about is University of Memphis Scholarship for 2022. And as you can see, this one is both bachelor's and master's. So like you can get it for undergraduate and you can get it for master's program, right? It's for 2 years if it is a master's, and then 4 years if it's for a bachelor's program. The deadline is October 2022. So this is like a rolling type of thing. So like there is no true deadline to this type of scholarship that you can get. And the reason why it's because of the scholarship coverage, right? So you see the first one, we did talk about it being full, right? This is also the second type of scholarships that comes in. This type of scholarships will cover the difference in the cost of international and then domestic non-Tennessee resident tuition, right? So like if a domestic student is paying maybe $1,000, right, for tuition, and then an international student would pay $5,000 or $6,000 in tuition, once you awarded this type of scholarship, the scholarship is going to cover the difference between 5,000 and 1,000. So the scholarship is going to be that 4,000 that would be paid, so that in essence you only paying 1,000, right? And some of these schools has like lower tuition. So when you get a scholarship like that, you obviously know that there are ways that you can maneuver around to get work on campus to try to pay for the difference. But the most important thing here to note is that this is also the second type of scholarships that are out there. And obviously, this one has given you the requirement, a 3.25 GPA. So you need a 3.25 GPA from a credential evaluating agency. So this is very important, right? You see, the first one, it just talked about it didn't even talk about GPA, but you needed a high GPA, 3.2 and above. But this one is adding another component called transcript evaluation, right? So before you be able to study in US or maybe UK, I think UK also does it, but primarily in US, you need to let a transcript evaluation agency or company align your degree that you did in Ghana to the degree here in US. So that is what the transcript evaluation guys will do. But I can tell you this, if you have a 3.0 GPA, when they do that transcript evaluation, you can come to a 3.2. If you have like a 3.5, you can come to a 3.6 or 3.7. Our GPAs in Ghana are always higher than what is here in US. So once you go through a transcript evaluation, it's not going to reduce, it's going to go up. So when you find a scholarship like this, that you can only qualify unless you do a transcript evaluation, you can go for it. Transcript evaluations, I think it costs $200 to $300 depending on the type that you are doing. But that would be the cost that you'd have to bear for the transcript evaluation services. So this is one critical thing that you need to also note, right? When you are looking for free money, is there like, do I have to do transcript evaluation or any other thing? So that is scholarship number 2 and the different types that I have talked about. Now let me talk about the third one. The third one is for University of New Haven scholarships 2022. And this one or this type is like, it gives you a part tuition waiver. So either you get a 75% or a 50% tuition waiver, right? So I've talked about 3, right? The first one was you get full ride. The second one is you get the difference between domestic student, like someone US born in US and either a green card holder or a citizen, how much they are going to pay, and you, the international student, how much you're going to pay. The scholarship would cover the difference. And then this third type of scholarships would give you a percentage of tuition waiver, right? So with this specific University of New Haven's scholarship, it is 50 to 75% of tuition waiver will be given to you. And this one is based on your GPA. So I think 3.0 to 3.3 would be 50% tuition waiver. And then anything above 3.3 would be 75% tuition waiver. But in addition to this, what happens is that they would give you a job that would give you an hourly wage so that you can use that money coming from the job to pay for the remaining 25 or 50%, right? So that is what this type of scholarships does. But specifically, all other programs would not require GRE, right? But cellular and molecular biology, computer science, cybersecurity and networks, data science are required to submit GRE before you will be considered even for admissions. So that is the first point. But with these type of scholarships, especially for University of New Haven, you need, like, because you are an international student, you need to take the GRE. They are required. They are not going to waive it for you. So what this tells us is that in your quest to search for like free money for school, you need to know that, one, the GRE test is very important. You have to take it in order to get a free money. There are some programs that you don't have to. When you do a service request with GRE, with GSN, we are going to try to navigate the path to see which route is the best one for you, so that we can try to get you some free money and then avoid you taking the GRE. But if there are no shortcuts around you getting the scholarship without GRE, we would help you prepare and write the GRE, which we can talk extensively on that. So these are the 3 types of scholarships that are out there, and this is what Noah was telling you about. GSN will be able to help you to identify some of these ones and then how best we can help you to apply. Now let's talk about the second component of everything. Scholarships are free money. What if I can't get a scholarship, but I have admission? I tried to get a scholarship, I couldn't get it. There are options still available for you, and that option is called the student loan. And I want to tell you, it is very, very, very difficult, right? And the difficulty in it comes from the first component, which are called the private loans. Some people always will tell you, oh yeah, come to US, I'll be able to help you get a loan and you can use it for your school. Private loans requires what we call a co-signer. A co-signer is someone in US with a good credit history who can co-sign your loan for you, saying that if you are not able to pay, he is going to pay for you. Just like uh, SNIT loans, right? I think it's SNIT loans. Yeah. When you are going to take a SNIT loan, you need a co-signer, maybe somebody, a civil servant or like a government official worker, right? So that he can co-sign your SNIT loans for you. And if you take them and you don't pay, then SNIT will go chasing your co-signer. That is exactly what the private loans does. So it's there, it's out there. When you don't have anyone in US and you are trying to get a private loan, it's not a go, like it's a no-go area for you. It's very difficult. So don't do that. I mean, it's difficult. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just that it's difficult. But there is the second component of new loans that are coming up called no co-signer loans. And that is what I'm going to present to you today, which is like the best route for international students like yourself to pursue. What are the no co-signer loans? That means, as I was explaining the first one, I told you that loans from banks like PNC, Citizens, Wells Fargo, and Discover Financial, all these guys would require you to have what? A co-signer, somebody to co-sign the loan with you, saying that he takes half responsibility. But this group in the second category, they don't require a co-signer. And the reason is that these people are looking at the program that you are going to do and your future earnings. So they are betting that, okay, once you are done with school, you are going to be paid hugely, like huge sums of amount. And by that time, you can pay back your loan. So it's like, okay, I want to go to school. They will give you the money to go to school. And once you're done, and you get a job, then you start paying back, right? So that is what the no co-signer loans does. And that is, I'll talk extensively on that one today so that you can know that all is not lost when you don't get scholarships. And then obviously the third component, which is called friends and family, like fundraising, right? Friends and family can chip in, or the new one that is coming out is crowdfunding online, right? Someone will be like, what is crowdfunding? Crowdfunding is like, okay, uh, I want to go to school. I don't have money to go to school, but there is this huge community of people that are willing to sponsor students, right? So you just present yourself to this community, and then people will chime in actually to donate to your cause. So once you get all this funding, you can use that to go out. I can talk briefly on that, but for the purpose of our discussion today, I'm going to focus more on what Empower Financial does for you, right? So Empower Financial, what does it do? Uh, they would give you like a fixed rate interest loan for international students. So what it does is that, okay, let me explain to you briefly. Uh, you are attending school for 2 years, and the whole program fee is $37,000. So that is the program fee. Now you apply to Empower Financial saying that I'm going to be maybe a Master of Science in Information Systems. And with my information systems, the school fees is $35,000. So Empower Financial will look at, okay, if you are done, like if you completed school and you graduate with a Master of Science in Information Systems in the US and you decide to work here, how much will they pay you? Oh, okay, roughly a student with your qualification will be paid $85,000 to $100,000 a year. Okay, that is a good thing. So Empower Financial is going to give you that $35,000 to go to school. And as you can see, their interest at the loans amount is from 2,000 up to 100,000 US dollars. That is the which they are going to cover your tuition, school supplies, living expenses for your future semesters and everything. So that is what that is what they will be doing for you, right? That is interesting, right? So all that you need to do is to find a program that they sponsor, because it's not every program that they sponsor, not the program, like it's not every school that they have a relationship with. So you need to identify these schools that they are in. And will you be eligible? Yes, because you are an international student. So you need to be an undergraduate student or a graduate student. And if I say undergraduate, like you finish SS and you're going to university like for the first time, or you are a teacher training, you done, you'd get your diploma or your HND, and you come in to do your bachelor's. You are considered an undergraduate student. You can get that. Or you be a master's student for 2 years or 1 year program, you'd qualify. And because you are an international student, you qualify. And they have like over 350 approved schools in the US and Canada that they are working with, right? So that means that all that we have to do as GSN is to help you get to some of these schools, and then you would be able to get this type of loans. I'd wanted to show you, uh, let me see, I'd wanted to show you what Empower does. So you see, they have like over 377 schools around the US that they work with. If you can see, the different schools are in there across all US. So GSN is going to help you get all these schools, see which of them your education aligns with, and then we apply to. So how does it work, right? Let's see how it works. All that you have to do is to do at your eligibility, and the eligibility be it's on the country. Ghana obviously qualifies. If Ghana did not, I would not be sharing it with you. So Ghana qualifies. And once you've done there, the school, everything, we help you prepare your application, only 30 minutes. Once you do that and they approve your application, they would give you a conditional offer. What that conditional offer means is that we have accepted your case. We are going to help you pay for your fees. We will give you the money you need to pay for the fees. And then you upload all the documents that they are requiring, maybe your transcript, your degree, passport, and all those other documents, which we are going to help you do all that. We get all that to them. They approve your loan, and then they give you a final approval. Once you come to US and you enroll in the school will just tell them that, oh, Ifa is now in the school with us. So they would be paying your tuition fee for you. You don't have anything to worry about because they've already approved you. And if you are an international student, look at the loans we're talking of. I mean, they have a fixed interest rate of 12.97%, but after your discount, you are only paying 10.49%. And it's like you have a 10-year repayment period. There is no loan in Ghana that have a 10-year repayment period at 10.49%. There is no loan in Ghana. And even in Ghana, if you decide to take a loan, a private loan to go to school, yeah, good luck getting a collateral or getting somebody to even help you with that. It is very difficult. But Empower Financial have that ability for us. And this is the breaking or a deal breaker for most of us, international students. It's very, very good for us. And what they will do to you is that they will give you a visa support letter. So you don't need a bank statement from somebody, from your uncle. So and that is one of the questions that gets answered asked all the time when you go for interviews. Who will pay your fees? Oh, my uncle. Immediately you say your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, your friend. The counselor will just be looking like what? Okay, fine. Then you give your usually they don't, right? So they would give you that visa support letter, and you take it to obtain your I-20 and for visa. And then one good thing is that because you are a US citizen, you are in US, because you have that loan, they will be reporting with the credit reporting agency. So by the time you're done with school, you already have a credit history established or built. And because you see, this is the good part, because they have invested in you, they are not going to sit down for the investment to go waste. So what they do is that they will help you to get a job. They have a career services. So they will help you to get a job once you're done so that they can get their money back, right? This is a win-win situation for you. You want to study abroad, somebody is going to pay your fees for you because he believes in your future, and then he would help you get a job once you're done so that you can pay him back. This is a win-win situation for us. And this is new. Not a lot of people knows about it, but if you are on this webinar today, I'm telling you that this is what GSN can help you to do it. I'm not saying you cannot do it on your own, but GSN would help you prepare your application in such a way that once we present it, your denial will just not be your portion. So, and this is only for people or students that are outside Ghana. I mean, if like outside US, if you come here, you would have to go through a different process, which would also be a different thing. So yeah, they have loans here if you're an international student in US, but this would help you get your visa and everything when you come in. So that is Empower Financial for you. Let me see. Okay, before I go to my next part or the portion of the segment, I'll just pause here for now and then see if there are any questions or contributions before we go to the last section that I talked about. So any questions for now?
I think Albert, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Can
And
you
my question,
amplify your voice?
okay, so my question is, with the financial support, what about like you were student in Ghana and you went in for student loan? Can you still apply for that financial support?
Yeah, I mean,
And
so
moreover,
mhm.
does it only apply to schools in US or other schools outside US are also involved, like
Okay, yeah,
Canada, UK?
yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you, Albert. Yeah. Uh, Empower Financials, their coverage is in the US and Canada, right? So they do for schools in Canada and US. And they are not looking at your, so they are not looking at your financial commitment back home in Ghana or your credit rating in Ghana. They are looking at the program that you are going to do and your future job prospect, right? So if, as I gave you that example, if you are going to be a Master of Science in Information Systems, they know that in the US, if you have a Master of Science in Information Systems and you get hired, you'll be paid $80,000 to $100,000 every year. So that means that if I give you a loan of $35,000 to study, within 10 years, you can make that payment. So they are only looking at your future earnings and your future viability for job. And that is what they are doing, right? So they don't care about your loans in Ghana or other stuff. And because of that, one thing that they do is that they make sure that like the school that you are attending, they have that, how do we call it? That relationship with them. It's an approved school to get that funding, right? So, and that is where GSN comes in. We would help you. We have all that 377 schools list. So if we decide that we want to do Empower loan, we can go that route, find a school in that and fit you in, and then try to get you approved for that specific loan. And just a disclaimer. So you see, we don't offer the loan. We help you prepare the documents and application and everything and make sure that you qualify, right? So that once you get in there, rejection is not your portion. That one, we refuse it in Jesus' name. Okay, Henrietta.
Thank you, Doc. Please, I wanted to ask. My first question is actually, when you are applying for schools, do you apply for the scholarship alongside your application for admission, or you apply to the school, gain admission before you apply for a scholarship? That's my first question. And my second question is with the Empower Financials. If I should gain admission to a school and I want funding from them, and I should contact GSN, are you willing to help me with the aspects of funding and then my visa process, if that is also a combined package also, please let me know.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one was on the scholarships, right? And retire. Thanks. So as I was explaining earlier on, right, some of the scholarships, it's part of the application that we already did. So like some question in the application would ask you, do you want to be considered for scholarships? You will take yes, right? So some of them comes with that. Some of them, it's separate. You get admitted to the school before you do the application for the scholarship separately, right? So that it's the differentiation. So that we have that. And then with graduate programs, usually assistantship is part of the admission process. So do you want to be considered for assistantship? You always need to take yes. So that is it with the scholarships. In terms of Empower Financials and how GSN comes in, right? GSN, as I explained earlier on, we are your partner. We've been through the process, we know how it is, and we know how to get it done. So we would help you prepare all your documents and submit it. uh, like in your case, you've gained admission already. Let's say that you qualified, or like the school that you gained admission, it's part of the Empire School Network. That means all that we need to do is to try to start the application with Empire and get you through. And GSN, it's like one size fits all. Once you pay our service fee of the 500 CDs, I guess, yeah, that is, you pay our service fee, you have you have access to all the services that we offer: counseling, visa support, travel support, applications, everything that we offer, it's given to you freely. Like we do that all for you. It's not like, okay, you pay 500 for the application and then visa, then we start charging. No, we don't do that. All that we do is that you pay the 500, like we have that service agreement with you because you are a member of GSN. So we do that, and then we get all the applications done for you. The things that you'll be paying along are the fees that are associated with the services that. So for instance, in the visa, you know that you pay I think $160 for the visa fee. So you would have to pay that yourself. You know that you would pay $350 for the service registration. You would have to pay that yourself. But GSN would help you to do all those payments, right? You know that you'd have to pay the service fee in the US. So GSN can help you do that. We would help you do the visa and all those stuff. So that is how GSN networks with all these loan applications and everything that goes on. We plug ourselves in, and then we be your partner along the line to guide your path so that you can be successful. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you very much, Doc.
Okay, you're welcome. Emmanuel,
Yes, sir.
let's hear your question. Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to ask is that maybe you had a scholarship over there and then you attended the school. You see, most of the time the scholarship are awarded on yearly basis. So maybe you had for 2 years scholarship. And once you are done, you wouldn't want to come back down here. You want to stay there and work. I wanted to know if it is possible for you to stay over. Or you have to come down here and then make new preparations before you have to go there, then continue with your study, your work or kind of thing you want to do over there. And then my second question is that apart from this webinar that you have organized, would be able to get maybe your contact or something so that day in, day out, we'll be chatting more to be able to know what next to do and something like that.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you. That's a nice question, Emmanuel. So the first one, right? In US, when you are done with school, depending on the program that you pursued. So if you had any program in any of the STEM fields, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, any program that you do that qualified to be a STEM program, the government would give you, like, I think 3 years. Yeah, 3 years to work, right? So you have 3 years to work. You can get that opportunity to work here 3 years. If you like, your program is not a STEM, but any other program, you would have between 1 and 2 years to work. I think it's 1 year to work. So you don't need to go back to Ghana before you come back to work. Once you are done with school here, you can get that opportunity to work. And the other thing is that when you do most of the technical courses like information systems, data science, data analytics, business analytics, health analytics, and like critical computer science, those type of critical courses, you get companies that are sponsoring you to get you the green card to work automatically. So there are so many work opportunities available. The caveat here is that you need to perform, because all those jobs are highly competitive. So they need GPAs 3.3 and above. So when you come here, you don't have to play. I know that Ghanaians, when we come here, we don't play, we always do well. But you need to have that in your mind that I want to do well. And once you are done, I bet you'll get a job, depending on the field that you do. I'm not saying that it's not good to do history or to do like other social science programs. I'm not saying it's not good, it's very good. Just that there are so many students that are doing similar programs like history and all those stuff. So if you want to do that program, you really need to be up there. You need to be able to distinguish yourself from the lot in order to get hired, if you understand what I'm saying. So those are some of the caveat things that you need to take note of. And then to your second question, I'll be talking about it very soon with this question. GSN has launched our main website, and then all our social media platforms are also now active. So once we are done with this, I would highlight all these ones to tell you that we have conversations on WhatsApp, on our website, on all our social media handles, so that there is like we would have so much availability or access to GSN everywhere you are, and then we can interact. So I'll talk about that very soon. Any question so far before we move to that section, so that I'll show you what is in there? Any more questions?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome, Iman.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
Sammy.
Yeah. I don't know if I didn't get this right, but I want to find out in case I am done with the program and then I come back to Ghana. Is there a way that the loan givers are able to track for me to repay back the loan? As in case I come back, or it's compulsory that after school I have to stay there and work to repay the loan before it's like I'm released to come back to do what I want to do here?
Yeah, so yeah, this is a nice question. You are not, I mean, the easy way that the loan people are going to get their money is when you are in the US, right? That way they're able to track your employment and then know how you're going to make the payment. But
Yes,
if you
please.
decide that you are going back to Ghana, then it's like, okay, to be difficult for them to track you here and then get their money back, right? But it will then be that you have like a loan outstanding in Ghana, in US, that needs to be paid. So you'd always have that. I don't know, maybe you'd get good offers in Ghana, but you'd always have to come back to pay that loan, right? So once you're done, one thing that I know with Empower is that because of that career services, even by the time that you are done, they've found a job for you to do that can guarantee their money. So that is what they want to do, because they want to guarantee their money. So they would help you get a job here to pay their loan. But if you go back to Ghana, no, they can't track. They can. I mean, if they want, they can, but they can't track you here to go and collect their money. They don't even know where you are staying, right? So
Yeah, so that means it's likely you would be you will be coerced to stay there and then until you have settled it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And believe me, like once you're done with school here and you work for a year or two, it's better. That way you would have that different perspective of work. So when you come back to Ghana, you're able to impact more freely, and you would have that expert opinion on things when it happens. So
Wonderful.
always plan to wait maybe a year or two before you go back to Ghana.
Wow, wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Frimpong.
Okay, you're welcome. Any more questions? Okay, if not, let's switch quickly to our social media platforms. So the first one is our website. So I'm happy to announce that GSN has our own website, globalstudentnetwork.org,
Wow.
www.globalstudentnetworks.org. So we are now live on the internet. So you search for us, www.globalstudentnetwork.org, and you find us. When you come on our website, as Ima was asking the question, like all our services are here: scholarships, assistance support, courses, and then admission guidance. You can do that. And you can transcript review, so you can send us your transcript and then we'll start the application for you. You can apply for scholarships here, the scholarships that I've been talking about, and then all these loans and all those processes, you can apply for them straight away from our website. And travel assistance, so as you were saying, maybe you've gained admission already and you want, we have the, and then we're trying to create or build a course for you guys where you would have your GRE, your SAT, your Duolingo testing, and all our webinars on here. We can have courses here that once you register for the course, you would see that you just be going, we would have online and then in person, right? So we have online and in-person classes on there. Sign up and enjoy some of these classes, and I know that you enjoy so much well. So this is how you search for our courses. You would have our scholarship applications. I would urge you to take your time to come here and explore. First, when you get there, register so that you can get full access to all the courses and everything that is on there. So once you are here, you can just go. I think Noah posted it in the chat. Explore it right away. We post news all the time, and the news are all on articles about travel, F1 visas, not just US, like everywhere. So we'll be posting all the time. Go there and explore. You see, these are some good things that students have been saying about us, right? Oh, have learned a lot on, I think Hamza did that. It's been a while. So a lot of students have been giving positive remarks, and you would see them here. So these are some of the courses that we have. So that is the first one I would want to talk to you about. Global Students Network. We are live on the internet. So check us out and then request all the services and everything. Explore all our phone numbers and emails, and everything is on there. You see, all our phone numbers are here. Our email is here. And then on the top front, when you come here, we have all our social media handles also there. We have Telegram. I hope a lot of you know what Telegram is. So we have Telegram. We can have the conversations on Telegram. We have Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube, and we are on what? Instagram. So everywhere you are, Global Student Network is. So find us there. Let the conversation start. If you have questions at the middle of the night, maybe you sleeping and you dreamt, oh, okay, I had this question. Just go online and then give us a shout out, give us a question, post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, send us a tweet, or send us a message on Telegram. Go to our website and check it out. You can have us there. So that is the first one that we have. Global Students is out there. Now, I would want to present the second one, which is, okay, a collaborative, I would say a collaborative and then an interactive platform just for us. So let's say like Facebook, right? You see, Facebook, when you go on Facebook, you meet a lot of friends, you meet a lot of people. But what happens is that like there are so many conversations happening on Facebook, right? So maybe you might decide to just stay on GSN, and then you see, oh, this news alert comes in, and then you move away from there, right? So GSN has just created our own collaborative environment where you can just go there for things related to your study abroad. And that is called EduConnect. So EduConnect GH, where is it? One moment. Let me just open EduConnect. EduConnect GH is just there for you. I'll just open it here. And that is also part of GSN's network. So what is EduConnect? It's just a collaborative environment where you can make friends, you can create groups, you can ask questions, you can post pictures, everything. Just register and start sharing, asking questions, anything that you can do. Like, it's all interactive, it's all collaborative. It's owned by us, it's managed by us. There are no restrictions as to, okay, you can post this. Anything related to GSN, education abroad, people of like-minded. So this is our network. This is going to be your network that you can explore. And then we build communities, like we have groups. So if you come to our groups chat, like we have groups that you can join and ask questions in these groups. Domestic students, we have studying abroad, admission testing, high schools, universities, health, College of Education, Ghana. So you can create groups, join groups, and just let the conversation begin. The reason why we did this is that we want to have a network of students where we are helping ourselves, because we are all students. We all have a common goal. We want to make it in life, and we know that education is the key. So what we do is that let's create this collaborative environment just for ourselves, just like our safe zone. That, okay, when there are so much filters and noises around, when you come on EduConnect, you can interact with us, and it is available right from our website, right? So if you go to Global Students Network, you can explore it from EduConnect, and you would have access to it. So it's right away. This is how it looks like. Sign up and let the conversation begins. Let the interaction begins. Ask any question that we have. And so, as I said, we want to be available to you. We want to be there when the question is in your mind. We want to be that go-to person you would call instead of going to a travel agent. You see, for them to charge you so much, we want to be that partner. And so we have our website running. We have EduConnect, which is our interactive and collaborative tool, a platform for you. We are available on all social media platforms. And then we have our website, a WhatsApp group that is so much engaging and so much active. Be there. And obviously our email is there. I had a comment, but right now we have so much going on. So send us our emails, admissions@globalstudentsnetwork.org. Send us an email and we will respond to you pretty much. So these are our social media handles, and these are social media platforms. I would want you to explore and join, and ask questions. Share it with your friends, invite people. So, and as you can see, because this is online, you can invite people from all around the world. It's not limited. We want to go global. That is why we call Global Students. So we help students everywhere. Share it with your friends, share it to your network, allow people to join, and then let's ask questions when it happens. So these are our networks. So join and ask questions. Any question before I bring my section to a close? Any questions? Okay. I think I'll end my section here, and I'll leave the rest to the MC to bring it to a close.
Okay. Is Derek around?
Oh, I think Mike had a question.
Okay, Mike, yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I joined the webinar very late, and probably I didn't get maybe some vital information you're passing. And please, what are the grade requirements for to qualify someone for to study in Yes, let's see.
Okay, yeah, that is a nice question. I would say that your academics, and as Noah was saying, I mean, 2.5 GPA and above, you can get a school. So your academics is number one. Transcript, we look at it very well. And then your professional background. Maybe you are a student, but within being a student, you are part of a student government, or you the secretary of a class or something. Those are all considered professional like building, right? So your resume is very important, or CV as we call it, is very, very important. And then the school of choice that you decide to attend to is very important, and then the programs. So there are different factors that needs to be looked at or considered, and that is why I was saying earlier on that that path to study abroad, it's lengthy and sometimes can be expensive if not like attended or like given attention to. So GSN, being a student organization managed by students like yourself, we've been through it. There are so many people that have been through the journey. So if you are now starting, oh yeah, I think when I was starting, this is what I did, right? Okay, then it becomes a recommendation for you to start. So that is where GSN comes in. Some of these questions you can schedule a career advising or like a course advising with Noah, and then during that time he can plan and help you to identify all these programs and then how we are going to apply to these. So you see, GSN is here to serve as your partner to help you navigate that study abroad path. That is what we do. I hope it's clear, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mike,
Yes.
I would
Thank
urge
you
you
very
to,
much.
yeah, I would urge you to join on us on WhatsApp. And as I shared our website and all our social media handles, like everywhere. Any question you have, just go on our website, send us an email, text, message, everything, and we are here for you. Emmanuel, you have another question? Okay, I thought he had a
I
question.
wanted to make an inquiry concerning if I'm supposed to. Sorry.
Mhm.
Please, I wanted to ask if it will cost much if you want to study abroad, because I joined late and couldn't get it, and where I am now,
Mhm.
it was
Okay,
a
okay,
problem too. So I'm
okay.
sorry for
Yeah,
asking
I
this. Maybe
no
you've
no.
explained already.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before
So
before
we are,
Doc before Doc
okay, yeah.
comes in, yeah. So those of you who joined late, I'll make the recorded version available on the WhatsApp platform, and then the website as well. So do well to join the WhatsApp platform. I've posted the link there, and then also it will also be live on the website as well. So wherever you want to access from, you can. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I was
Thank
just going
you.
to add, and I was going to add that as I told you, we had our YouTube now, so we are going to upload some of these sections on YouTube as well, so that you can go back and listen to it. You go on our website and our media library, we would have it there. And Noah said he's going to send it on WhatsApp as well. We'll put it on uh, Telegram for you guys as well, so that you can join and share. But just go online, go on EduConnect, Global Student, WhatsApp, join our WhatsApp group, ask us any question, and then we would help you out. Okay. I think Noah, we done.
Okay. So all other questions, anything at all, I am there for you. You can reach out to me. My number is also at the chat room. You can pick it up, or you can pick it up from the WhatsApp platform. If you have any question, even though I'm a lecturer, I'm free to welcome you for any question at all. So don't feel shy, don't be scared. Come close, ask your questions. I'm very active on WhatsApp. Okay, if my number over there, if you call me, it will not go through. If you place a normal call, it won't go through, except WhatsApp calls and text messages via WhatsApp. And the most of the time, if you want to call me, I prefer you send me a WhatsApp message, and because normally if you place a call on WhatsApp too, I might not pick it right away. But if you send me a text, I'll look at it, and then the next time you call me, I'll be able to pick it up. Right. And then also I have my personal YouTube channel where I have other motivational videos on educational journey and other things like CV, things on human capital development. Right. So if you want to know more of what the things I've been doing, I'm going to send the YouTube link to the chat room. Just like the subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then watch my previous programs and videos. And then also anytime there's a new video, you get a notification, and you don't miss any important aspect of anything that I'll say. Right. So let me just pick it right away and then proceed there for you to have a look.